Okay, so today we're going to have a bit of a look at the bench press and how to set up. There's a couple of different ways that you can do it, but I'll show you the way that I've currently been benching. That'll probably be a good place to start. But please note that you can opt to bench flat-footed. I've swung between having my feet up and being flat-footed for about the last 4 years. I'm back to having my feet up. So actually something else that would be really good to do is I'll also do another video that you can watch to see how to best warm up to do a bench press. But let's get into the basics. So the basics of the bench is that you want to create a very tight body so that if somebody came along and tried to push you off the bench, they couldn't because you're locked down so rock solid. So to do that, we also want to create a high chest so that you decrease the distance that you have to lift the bar. So a really good way to get into the bench is to lie down, and then we bring our feet back and we wiggle it back, keep wiggling, not too far. Get your hands where you would normally place them. Now at this point, I don't know if you can see that my head is actually off the bench, and I'm going to pull myself up, and you can see that I've got my scapula right back close together. And from that position, I've pulled my heel back quite far, so there is a very tight stretch of my quad. It feels uncomfortable, but from there we can lift the bar up and keeping a fixed wrist position. So not that, which a lot of people do. We come down and up. That, in a nutshell, is not the perfect bench press, but it's a pretty good setup. Like I said, you can choose to keep your feet flat on the ground, but I would try that way if you can. And if you're feeling incredibly uncomfortable, you're probably doing it right. There's a saying that squats and bench press, they are notoriously uncomfortable exercises. They don't feel good, but they do feel very stable, and that's how you should feel. So I think we'll leave it at that today for the bench.